Can't jump off of it. I've seen some riders earlier in practice really struggling with that. So that's going to be an interesting part of the course where I think the races are going to make up a ton of time.
Yeah, for sure. Figuring out the combos and the nuances of the course, and that's one of the tricky things about, like you said before, the consistency of being able to figure out 4 courses in the space of a season, and being able to rally each one of them in their own kind of way. So we got that roller pack, the one that can carry the speed through there and figure out the Da Vinci Code of rollers is going to come into the last jump, which is the one that you can really see clearly from the base area here. And we're going to see a second set of tricks, and then we're into kind of a step down section, and then into just some old school Seattle style dirt slalom, super flat track.
So another good point I want to bring up, right before the last big jump, there's actually a flat track, hardcore 90-degree turn. So typically when you have a turn, with these riders riding as fast as they do, you have a big, nice berm that you can really ride around. Almost sort of like a wall ride. It gives you something to ride on, it holds you in place. Well, the last turn right before that monster jump is an old school flat track BMX turn. There's no berm in it, it's foot down, flat track racing. It's going to be insane. To carry your speed through that turn, enough speed to hit that huge jump afterwards and still trick it, is mind-boggling to me. But then, yeah, you come down after the last jump, you go through another double, step down, and then you got old school flat tracking, and it's hard. The slalom gates are hard. They're extremely spaced out, so there's no room for error at all.
Yeah, they've set a fair bit of offset in those gates, so that you really have to change direction. Our riders aren't going to be able to just pin a straight line through there. And you can already see the rut starting to develop. It looks like the red course, maybe a bit more red, just based on the way the dirt's compacted and stuff. But that section we've seen in practice, we've seen a few guys. We saw Barry Noble's cartwheeling over the finish line there practicing. Hopefully he's all right. But this is, I think a lot of it is going to be decided in those last 4 gates.
Yeah, it really is. So what happens when you blow a gate? When you blow a gate, you get the automatic maximum of deficit of time that you can, which is huge. I think it's 5 seconds.
You know, a 5-second deficit there. If there's only 4 seconds to play for in total on the jumps, you know, then that 5-second deficit is going to be pretty hard to overcome unless somebody has a big mistake on the other side. Watching practice, you seeing a speed differential between red and blue?
It splits right down the middle. I don't think there's a full deficit. I want to say the blue line is faster or it's slower on the top line of the course, but the red line is slower on the bottom line of the course. So I think the course builders did an excellent job in really evening out the course this year. I think it's going to be pretty well split down the middle.
Yeah, that's always their goal. They want to make the 2 courses run evenly, and of course, with just dirt and the way the gates are set and all that, there may play out to be a little advantage on one side or the other, and that's why we make sure that the races are running both courses, and then we take the combination from the 2. So we just got word we're going to be starting the round of 32 here, Cliff dual speed style, in about 15 minutes.
one.
Basically started the morning.
Are we live? Hello?
Up and down, both this one and Blackcomb. Just
Oh, it's a
all
10-second
day,
delay.
up, down, everything in between.
10, 15, 14. We need like one of those big, like fluorescent light signs that says on air. Yeah. We're live! How's it going, Pinkbike people? You're either watching on Pinkbike or on Pinkbike's Facebook or on Pinkbike's YouTube. You can see I got Matt Walker and Tracey Hanna here. Day numero uno of Crankworx Whistler 2017. 4 stop the entire season. You guys have been hitting the stops. How excited are you to be here in Whistler for the big one, the Granddaddy?
I'm super excited. I love coming to Whistler just to ride, and the fact that the biggest Crankworx event of the year is on here, I'm super stoked.
Yeah, it's like if you ever come here not during Crankworx, Whistler's like pretty chill, you know, kind of like mellow. But then all of a sudden Crankworx shows up and everything's just like you see everybody that you know from all over the world. It can be a little overwhelming at times, but it's a good thing, right?
I always enjoy coming back here just to catch up with people. Sometimes you only see them in Whistler at this time of year, so it's great.
You get laps with all these people that maybe that's the only lap you get with that person the entire year.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Matt, you're coming off of an injury after Rotorua. You got second at the Enduro in Rotorua, right?
Yeah, so managed to pull that one through somehow, but I don't know, just having a fun day on the bike with mates, so can't complain. And then, yeah, the next few stops didn't exactly go to plan, but that's mountain biking really.
That is it.
Yeah.
And you're a guy people look at as somebody who can maybe take the King of Crankworx title, but something's happened to you the last couple of years. It seems like you keep doing well at the first event and then getting hurt right away, so you have to leave those points away and fizzle.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, the last 2 years basically it's just been injury after injury, so I don't know, surprise, surprise, I'm injured again. Just dislocated my shoulder a few weeks ago, so starting to ride again now, but it's not at 100%, so I don't know, I just need to figure out how to ride without crashing, which is kind of important.
Yeah, that's like the magic trick. If anybody can figure that out, that would be the best trick ever.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible, man. I think you ride hard enough to the point where that shoulder might as well just pop it out a few more times, so then it just becomes quicker to get in, and then you don't have to wait before you ride it. Was it your first time popping it out?
Yeah, first time popping it out, and I've actually been on Google searching how to put it back in by yourself, so if I'm out trail riding or something it'd be doable sort of thing. So fingers crossed it's the first and last time, but not so sure.
No, everybody out there, learn how to put a shoulder back in, because you're not going to help yourself, you're going to help somebody else. Like if you're out there riding with Matt, his shoulder pops out, put it back in, because a lot of people don't know how to put it in.
No, I was just lucky enough to be riding with my teammate Greg Williamson, and he'd done his once before, so he had a bit of an idea. So we're kind of just up in the forest yelling at each other like, put it in, hurry up.
And then people are listening to you like, what are those guys doing?
Yeah, exactly. Probably, if you couldn't see us, it would have sounded very, very dodgy, but at the time it was just panic stations, and yeah, we got back in. And,
some people just start yanking on it, and they do more harm than good.
Yeah, we sort of took a bit of a breath and just said, okay, what do we need to do? And then figured it out from there. And, yeah, no
Tracey,
problems.
you're healthy right now, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling pretty good. Normally injured, but yeah, it's been a few races, so I'm fine. Well, you always carry a niggle of some sort, no matter what. Like, and I crash loads, so you always
Because you try loads.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems to be easier to fall off than stay on, but as long as you do a lot of gym and build up the muscles, it seems to be better. You have more cushioning to land on.
Yeah, and you've obviously been riding the bike a ton this year because you're doing the World Cups and you're doing the whole Crankworx World Tour. So injuries aside, just like staying fresh, how hard is that?
Yeah, staying fresh is probably one of the hardest things with riding, and that's why I learned a lot about recovery this year, which is like, I was really, really surprised at how important recovering after riding is, and it could be from sleeping with compression on to getting massages, ice baths, all that stuff makes such a huge difference. And when you're racing week in, week out, like, you have to make sure that you're really looking after yourself.
Yeah, if you want to hit all those events you have in your calendar. So if you're doing the full World Cup and the full Crankworx World Tour, how many events is that for a season?
I think it's about, I think I counted 11 or 12, but then when you get to Crankworx Whistler, you're doing 3. I'm doing like 3 downhill races within 1 week, so it's hard to be fresh as like at the last race, but as long as you're kind of taking care of yourself, it's alright.
That's why that recovery stuff makes sense.
Yeah,
Paying
totally.
attention to that. Speaking of recovery, I think I saw Bernard Kerr walking around back there with a lot of fluids, so I think he's recovering from something too.
He must have had a big workout last night.
Must have been a big workout. So you have 3 downhill races here you're talking about, so it must be Garbanzo, A-Line, and then Canadian Open.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of points up for grabs for Queen of Crankworx at this event.
Yeah, like this is probably the biggest Crankworx that you can get the most points at, so lots of racing and lots of recovery happening this week.
Anybody who's in the hunt for King or Queen, they never talk about King or Queen. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's like, I don't want to overpromise. At the last stop, if I'm in the lead, then maybe we'll talk about it. Where do you stand on that? Is it something you ever think about in the front of your mind? You try to take one event, individually, focus one at a time?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't often think about it because I always see Jill as like the queen of Crankworx. She's so good at doing so many events, so it's hard to consider like being the queen of Crankworx. But if you don't think about it and then you start doing good in the events and you start feeling fresh and do more events, then I guess when it kind of comes into view, you get a bit excited for the overall.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited too fast though, because like right now, there's 3
It's like
races.
riding in Whistler. You get too excited on the first day and you're done.
That's like the classic thing. You talk to somebody in a sling and you already know the story.
Like what? Oh yeah. You don't ask what happened. You just do the odd nod. Yep, we've all been there. We've all done the Whistler.
I hear you.
Our teammate came for the first time and he wondered why we were all at home drinking coffee, having sandwiches and not riding. He came back after the first day like, I can't feel my hands. And we're like, yep, you're done for 2 weeks.
People, you gotta pace yourself. First time in Whistler, take it from the pros right here. Pace yourself. You don't want to be that person in the sling and it's the classic first day collarbone. Like there should be a bit at the clinic here. They might have
you can't hold on anymore.
No.
You're so excited the first day. You don't feel it till the next 5 days that your arms can't move.
Exactly. My first time ever coming to Whistler, I think I was like 17 or something, and I was so excited after driving the 20 hours with my whole family. I knew there was dirt jumps there. I got on my bike and I sprinted. I got my shorts stuck on my bam, huge hole. I'm like, oh.
Didn't even make it to the jumps. Just
No,
sort of,
of course not. Went right back to the room.
That's terrible.
Sure,
Let that be a lesson. We should probably start looking at some of these questions that people are firing in. All right. So, first one is for you, Tracey. DBC3 from, is that New Zealand, right? Is that Australia?
I can't see that flag.
Tiny flag right there.
That's an Australian one.
It's an Australian one. Oh, perfect.
He's got younger eyes.
There you go.
Okay, from Australia.
First off, Tracey, given your
I can't
incredible
see all the
career
stars.
among many Australian pinners, does it disappoint you that there's no love from the Australian media for the sport?
Oh, that's a big question.
It's a big question, huh? Is that the case?
I think I definitely agree. Like Australia is such a sports-orientated country, and and every Australian, no matter how much you deny it, we watch sport, we love sport. Like literally, I grew up with sport always on the TV, but never sports that was like extreme sports or never biking, never skateboarding, never snowboarding, always like team sports and ball sports
rugby or something.
And like they're awesome sports and do amazing for the country, but it is a bit of a shame that the Australian media doesn't get involved with mountain biking, considering how fast it's growing.
And how many top riders have been from Australia for so long.
Yeah, and just the stories of all the top riders from Australia, like Rennie and Kavarik and like, Sam Hill, for example, he's doing amazing. And
your brother,
it's like,
it goes on and on.
People could get... The Australians are so passionate about mountain biking and about sport in general that, just feed the public with what they want.
They want it. Okay, so let that be a lesson to you. Australian sport media, mainstream. Mountain biking, get it on there. Yeah. Exactly. All right, well, let's find one from Matt Walker. All right, questions for Matt Walker. I haven't read this yet, so this hopefully is a good question. This person is Ride 12 from Canada. They talked to you at Mount St. Anne. He says you're an awesome guy and an awesome rider. He says, I reckon that with some luck and no injury, we'd see you in the top 20 to 30 consistently. Stay on your bike, mate. What do you miss the most about being a privateer / Vanzak? Cut the BS, we want the uncut stuff. Good question. Thank you, Ride 12.
Yeah, definitely a good question. It's definitely a hard one. There's so much, I know it's, living the privateer life, it's definitely a lifestyle. Like, everyone that does it, I have so much respect for it. They work their ass off over the off season, just like, because they know what they want to be doing, and there's to be riding bikes internationally or like, I don't know, just enjoying the trip along the way. So it's so hard to put a finger on just one thing that I miss the most, I guess. I'd have to say maybe just like the sense of adventure. Like now with the team, it's like everything seems almost quite easy. Whereas when we were living the van life or privateering, you'd be just constantly faced with problems and like no real idea how to solve them, or like language barriers, like everything. It's just sort of, I know you'd wake up from the after party of the race before and you'd be like, okay, well we've got this race and the next country and the next weekend, how do we even get there, or like where are we staying, what are we doing? So it's just like, I don't know, you're constantly faced with problems, but just the way that you'd sort of like, our actual plan was there is no plan, so we just like make it up as we're going. So I really enjoyed that, and I kind of miss it a bit. But yeah, just it's a completely different lifestyle, and it's a great experience.
And it's good that you guys filmed a lot of that too, because I think it's so entertaining just seeing the fact that you guys are raging all the time, ripping your bike so hard, partying, but then also doing your own problem solving, like you said, you know, like if you have to be like tight in a sense, but also loose in a sense, you know, like the TGR ski film crew, that's their whole deal. It's like tight, loose, you know, like run it rugged and raw, so you're having a good time, but you have to at least have your stuff together enough to problem solve to make it to the next race.
Exactly, yeah, you could easily just get yourself into a bit of a trap and just get stuck somewhere, but like, yeah, like I said, having a good crew of people that, yeah, like you said, is fast, loose, and just a bit tight.
Yeah.
So like, everyone that does it, you're kind of a problem solver because you don't have a choice otherwise. If you don't sort of adapt to the surroundings, you just get stuck somewhere, or you just
I remember a problem that they had. The steering wheel fell off, and their problem solving was vice grips to steer to the next country.
So they had to drive the van down the hill for like 3 hours with vice grips instead of steering wheel.
Bolt on like the steering axle thing.
Because one of the guys got the key stuck in the ignition.
Yeah.
And so of course, like one of the guys was a mechanic. He's like, oh yeah, we can just break the steering lock because the steering lock was on, so we could hotwire it and start the van, but we couldn't like turn or anything.
Yeah.
So like, okay, let's break the steering lock. So 3 guys swinging off the steering wheel, and it just snapped the steering wheel clean off, and there's just like the spline left, and that was it. But it was still locked on, so like over the next day you just had to rip the steering wheel apart.
Up and down steep hills in the Alps.
Yeah, it was in the Alps.
There's turns, by the way, in the Alps. Those roads, they have lots of turns.
Yeah. I'd love for like, say if the cops pulled it over there, like, how would you even try to explain that? You'd be like,
here's the thing. What happened was.
Yeah, okay, you arrest me now, like, honestly.
I'm gonna cut the chase. Put the handcuffs on. That's so rad. But going through that whole experience, probably have a really full appreciation for now being a part of the team. And
oh yeah, massively. It's like
if something goes wrong and the team manager takes the van to the shop to fix it instead of grabbing the vice grips, you're like, oh, it may not be as much of an adventure, but it definitely.
Nah, there's definitely pros and cons on both sides.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I'm definitely glad I did van life. I mean, I'm actually planning on buying another van next year just to sort of like head back to the roots a bit, because yeah, it's a long season being in Europe, and I guess what I liked about having a van was it was almost your home.
Yeah.
So like at the moment I've just been staying in hotels, different places, and you're constantly moving and changing, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. I'd rather have somewhere that's my space, I guess.
Yeah, some consistency. And like if that's the lifestyle that kind of got you into this, you love it. If you distance yourself from it, you gotta kind of, like you said, keep it back to your roots.
Yeah.
So you don't get like complacent with it, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so do it for the reasons why you started doing it. Speaking of vans and recovery, Bernard Kerr coming up later. I think there's a story about a van that we're gonna have to bring up.
Yeah.
You guys heard about that?
Yeah. Well, I've heard the full story, and I'm on his side of it, but yeah, it's definitely painted a pretty big picture with that show. But
I can't wait to ask him about it, because I heard about it and I can't find anything on this little box here.
The show is pretty amazing, but it makes you feel sorry for Bernard for sure.
Yeah, I wish I could see it.
Those guys are cruel.
Yeah, it's mind blowing that they just like rock straight into his house. Like,
oh my god! I always wonder about the waiver too, because you have to agree to be on the show. Like, hopefully they're like, all right, fix your bill. So, it sounds like they just went right in. Like, just broke it out.
As soon as he sits down, just ask him straight off the bat. Here it is. I know you're struggling today, but
we're gonna cut to the chase. All right, well, let's look for another question. You guys been picking out any questions?
Let's post some video of you.
Perfect. So we got a little video clip of Matt Walker right here. I have no idea what it is. You have no idea what it is. Hopefully it's not like you dancing without clothes on. That's our stuff. Okay, cool.
Oh, we're back?
And we're back. What did we see? Hey, tell us what we just saw. Was it cool? No. Yeah.
Okay, me and Rotorua.
Hey, that looks good. We didn't actually see it, but I'm sure if it's him, it probably looks good. And we have a clip of Tracey as well, and it says here, this one is from Tracey riding Rotorua too. Voila! Here you have it, world. Russ the dog. If you want to think about it for a second, this is the one we're going with. Russ the dog. Yeah, Tracey.
Sweet.
That video that we didn't see that you saw of you ripping in Rotorua, that was sick.
I like it too.
So we got a good question here from Russ the dog. I'm doubtful that it's an actual dog because there's no spelling errors with those paws.
My dog types.
Really? Does it come out with words?
FaceTime.
FaceTime. So we have a FaceTime from an actual dog. The Russ the dog says, Tracey, can you tell us your opinion on 29er DH bikes? Tried one yet?
No, I haven't tried one, but to be honest, I'm not even really tall enough for the 750B wheels, so I struggle hard with the wheel size because I always, like 50% of the time I'm sitting on the wheel as it is, so I don't think it would ever be an option to go to a bigger wheel on a downhill bike. I mean, maybe on a trail bike because you're sitting higher and you're climbing and stuff, but downhill bike, I honestly don't think that physically is possible for smaller people.
Yeah, there's the physics of it, like the actual ergonomics of the human that's on the bike.
And Greg Minnaar is a perfect example, and he's riding so well, but maybe it's not because it's a 29er wheel, but it's because he has a bike that finally perfectly fits his size. So if everyone gets a bike that perfectly fits him, then who knows what could happen.
Yeah, I kind of think it's like to a scale as well. Like,
exactly.
Your height versus wheel size is probably might be like a real similar ratio to Greg and bigger wheels.
If I put the wheel beside me, it comes up to like my femur. So I think like each to their own, but 29ers are not for me.
Yeah, it's like, okay, the science of what the wheel's going to do over the bumps, maybe it's more efficient. But if the person riding the bike has to have their seat so high before it hits the back tire, you can't get off the back of the bike. And
and I find that I'm quite an aggressive rider, and with the bigger wheels, when I watched other people riding it changes their riding style.
More of a passenger if you're just hoping that the bike's going to do it.
You have to ride a certain way if you go to a 29er wheel, and I guess it depends on your riding style as well.
I think that should be the argument that squashes the wheel size debate. It's like there's no end-all be-all. It's just
you can't keep
put on a shoe
going
that fits
bigger.
you.
Yeah, like the bike has to fit you and your riding style, and it's not always going to be faster what suits everyone.
Yeah, it's not like, hey, I heard size 12 shoes have better surface area, so for rock climbing it's going to be better for everybody.
I'm going to wear Imagine me in size 12 shoes on my way.
Just clowning it up. Well, that's I know that's
Maybe
really
good
great
for
looking at it.
swimming.
Yeah, for swimming, it's always gonna be better. So this Russ the dog, this is like
another
this is
one?
a dog that's a
Oh, he's
thinker.
thinking.
This dog has definitely
I
got
like
a lot of questions
thinkers.
for you. She's wondering, Russ is a guy or a girl dog?
Ross?
Yeah, we'll have to
I
wait.
call it a guy dog.
Ross.
A guy
I
dog?
think it's a
Okay.
guy.
He lifts a leg.
Ross is
Russ
not
is
a
wondering,
girl's name.
have you ridden that Proto DH bike yet?
What Proto DH bike?
I'm assuming Paul's on Proto. Oh, okay, I got you. You're like, what? Okay.
Nah.
Can't talk about it. Sign an
Maybe,
NDA.
maybe not.
Yeah. Maybe not. Okay, and Russ the dog, is the ability to live as a professional mountain biker improving at the moment, or is it getting harder? Tell us. Oh, that's a separate question.
Okay.
Russ has so many questions.
Okay.
Russ is a wise dog.
Very wise dog. He must be like 12 years
Yeah,
old.
at least.
That's a challenging question because I actually thought that it was starting to get easier and better. But to be honest, I think it goes through waves. And the bad thing is that everybody's on a wave at one time, and sometimes the wave breaks and all the people on it kind of drift off. So I think it goes in waves, and you have to. It's so hard to know at the time what's going to sell yourself as a professional athlete and what's going to help you to get to the top. I have, to be honest, I have so many friends, women specifically, that don't have rides, that aren't getting paid to do media, that can't get about, and every single person on Pinkbike knows who they are. They're like popular people, and next year everyone's going to be like, where's she or where are they? And it's like they couldn't get a ride.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not an easy sport to make a living out of, and you know, those of us who do, I'm so lucky because I've been on the same team, the UR team. This is my 6th year.
Nice.
So we're kind of both dedicated to each other, but it's definitely not easy. It's definitely, and the work that I see people putting into it, like they're staying awake all night, they're doing media, they're doing videos, they're, as much as they can, they're training, they're working in the off season, and I don't know, I think it goes in waves, and at the moment I think it is a little bit hard to be a professional rider and do it full time. I don't know, what do you reckon?
I reckon you've covered pretty like a lot of the bases pretty well, but like end of the day, like companies looking at for sponsorship, it's about pushing sales. So as you can be as marketable as you want, you can be pushing your social media stuff, but if a company doesn't see that you can sell bikes or sell a product, then they're like, well, it's hard for them to justify putting money into it, I guess. But like
The old ROI.
Maybe it's the focus. Maybe it's trying to find the specific focus to focus on when you're asking for help from sponsors.
Yeah.
And once you pinpoint what they're looking for. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
research and company background. I guess you still got to do, when you go for a job interview, you have to nail all the questions. I guess when it comes to sponsorship, the company wants you to know about them and what they want. So that makes sense.
I think that's the thing that some people forget about too, and rightfully so. If you're
It's
watching
work.
races for purely entertainment, you're like, this person's putting in the work,
Yeah.
you know. But then, like you said, it's all that return on investment. So the companies
Yeah.
are like, all right, does this all work for us? And if everybody's working towards the same goal of like selling
Yeah,
bikes,
that makes sense.
everyone needs to click together. It's like
Yeah.
it's a team.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone works together, I guess. So yeah, it's
I guess the next question from this person is kind of along the same lines. Said, tell us your thoughts about social media and the impact on the sport on you as athletes. But they just lined that out, so we don't have to answer if you don't want, because maybe we're supposed to move on.
I think social media is becoming more and more important because you can post every single day. Whereas if you're purely only racing, you've got what, 7 World Cups a year.
Yeah.
So that's like you can only ride that wave so far. Like it might be like a few weeks worth of social media posts from that race before people start being like, irrelevant. Because like it seems to be that now people want stuff and they want it now and they want fresh stuff. They always want everything to be like constantly updated. If it's a little bit old, they're like, nah, don't want it.
Yeah.
So like I think social media is becoming so much more important because it's an outlet for people to be like, okay, here's stuff, and constantly changing and sort of pushing different stuff every day rather than once a week or whatever sort of race schedule you're on.
Yeah, and it's good, it's good for everybody. Like you're talking about, you got to have that common goal of marketing the product, and that's just another outlet to be able to do it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
another little seasoning to dash on top. All right, let's see here. Question to the group. So everybody, all two of you.
All of us.
All two of us.
Yeah.
What are some tips?
You're part of the group too.
Okay,
so.
cool.
And you.
Perfect. What are some tips you can provide to recover between events and perform at such a high level over the course of the week? You kind of already touched on that, but
Yeah. So, what's some tips?
yeah,
Blue
obviously,
Powerade.
Vernon Kerr doing the blue hydration drinks.
Well, like I said, I am all for recovery because downhill is not like a sport like road cycling or running or athletics where you're doing good for your body. Downhill is actually not very good for your body. It's quite aggressive, so I think, like I said, I do ice baths and compression stuff. I have a foam roller that travels with me everywhere. And, you know, the more me and my coach do it in a point system, so you get points for each mode of recovery that you do, and then over the course of the day, say you want to do 10 points worth of recovery, and it's just so shocking how much better you feel if you do recover properly. You got to get the right sleep, protein, food.
If you have a system laid out for you, like
yeah, if you have a system, go on Google and you find how to recover as an athlete.
So go on Google, make a system for yourself for recovering.
Something that's achievable, and you need to change it up for the first few weeks and see what works for you. But it makes such a huge difference if you recover.
You guys probably had a point system on the Vanzacs for recovery, right?
I want to know what that was.
Lots of blue power. I think also with the recovery and stuff, like on a busy week or weekend, I think being smart about with your practice and your what you're actually doing in the first place. Like, what's the point of doing like 50 runs a day or something? You're just gonna like absolutely run yourself into the ground. So not only the recovery, but also how tired you're going to get in the first place is like a big factor. So just being really, really smart with how many runs you do, what you're doing besides your riding, everything else. So like you don't want to be overdoing yourself.
Don't peak on the first day of practice.
It's so true because once you've overdone it in the first or second day, you can't come back.
Bring that back. So it's about just being smart. It's like, okay, I need to be doing this, and that's almost all you need to be doing.
It's wild because like you see the same thing going on in slopestyle, which isn't really a discipline you think of when it comes to like being smart about recovery and preparation stuff, but it's getting so serious out there. You see the guys like sometimes you can identify like that guy's over practicing, you know, and then that leads to a fall. And I think all the disciplines
because
kind of
you're mentally getting tired as well.
Yeah.
With slopestyle would be a hard one because like every run you drop again, it's like rolling the dice sometimes. Like I guess to whether you're gonna fall or not sometimes.
Oh yeah, it's like mentally. Oh, should I try that now? Should I try it later? Like it's like now that I don't compete anymore, and I'm up there kind of just watching everything, you know, being able to.
They're so good at crashing though.
Oh yeah.
I wish I was that good at crashing.
I want to train with them for crashing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good.
Going to like the trampoline park or just like having a trampoline or something, like having that air awareness. I think that like even if it feels weird to put on like leotard and go do a gymnastics class or something, I feel like just having like an awareness of what part of your body's gonna hit first, how to make it roll. Like, how did you pop your shoulder out? Did you kind of
just over the bars and out you went.
If you hadn't done some ballet, you probably wouldn't have done that.
Should have been stretching.
Get the leotard, Matt Walker.
Next time I'll pick leotard. It's not really the air awareness, it's more the ground awareness.
You're gonna get in the air. You need it. The ground comes up.
The ground, it's just like that's the problem.
And it comes out so fast.
And sometimes it's real hard to maybe we should stick to trampoline parks and leotards.
Yeah, let's do that in the off-season.
That's fun too. And then the leotard can be nice for wind resistance. You know, cut back on that.
I don't feel so good at a leotard.
Somebody from YouTube, the Pinkbike YouTube account, Holy Anchor Q, asks, what is the most exciting part about being in Canada for you guys?
Whistler in general, I don't know, it's just like the vibe, the atmosphere. There's so many people out here that like they won't even know what mountain biking is really, but they come, they still enjoy the festival with people. It's just like, I don't know, it all combines to just be a pretty amazing sort of event and an amazing place. So
I love New Zealand too, where you come from, and I always kind of feel like New Zealand reminds me of BC a lot.
Yeah,
like further south you go, it's the same as going north in BC. You kind of feel like you can travel so far across the world and end up here without any culture shock.
It's kind of funny because it's like New Zealand just seems to be like a shrunken version of BC. Like, you got to drive like massive amounts of hours to change the scenery a bit. But in New Zealand, you drive like 2 hours and it's a completely different place. But like you said, same style of like mountains or terrain sort of stuff. It's, I don't know, it's cool.
You guys have both been coming here for a long time. Tracey, when was the first time you came up here?
I think I came up here in the Fox van with Mike from the US when I was 16. And I think, and like my first experience of Whistler, I hyperextended my elbow because I just rode way too much. That I couldn't even physically concentrate anymore, and I just overrode. But I love coming to Canada because like we're passionate about biking. I've been doing it since I was young, and you get here and you have just thousands and thousands of people that have the same passion that we had when we first started, and it's kind of nice to remember why we ride and have fun and have a break from the actual serious racing stuff and be in Canada and just have fun with your friends that you haven't seen.
Yeah, it's like the people, that's obviously a huge draw. It's always exciting to get back here and see all your friends from all over the world. It doesn't hurt.
Most of them are from Australia and Whistler though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like coming home. G'day mate.
Yeah, it's funny too because I moved from Santa Cruz like 3 years ago, and I don't make it back there very often, unfortunately. But here I get to see everybody.
Yeah.
Like if you're a mountain biker, you're here. It doesn't hurt the trails, obviously. Like you can ride anything up here. It's so sick. All right, what do we have next here? Where are you guys watching? I don't know if that's a great question. Where are you guys watching? Where are we here? We're in the Pinkbike tent, right on the bottom of the mountain. You can see speed and style round of 32 going on behind us. We've been to a lot of bike parks in the world. What are your top 5 or 3 in order? So, favorite bike parks in the world?
For me, it'd be, I can't put 3 in order, so I'll go the Queenstown Mountain Bike Park, Whistler, Schladming, Peeler, and I guess the Port du Soleil, like Morzine.
For sure.
5. Easy.
That's what's good about mountain biking, huh? It's like there's becoming a big hit list of places that you have to go now.
Yeah, for
and,
sure.
Gives you a good excuse. Like I remember there was a time when Whistler was like, it seemed like the only ski hill.
It was the
that had a bike park. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Now you can go on like world traveling expeditions.
It's only getting bigger and bigger. Like we've even had a bike park in New Zealand just pop up purely as like a hill for bike parks.
Was that the one in Christchurch?
Yeah.
Did it burn down or something? Oh,
so it like was literally open for like say 2 months. They're just like they're real stoked on it. You know, it was a real good sort of asset to the city.
Yeah.
And then there was some forest fires and gutted the whole place completely pretty much.
Christchurch, what a cool city, but man, do they always have
some bad luck.
Gosh,
real bad luck.
And fires and stuff.
Yeah,
hopefully,
crazy place.
Yeah, hopefully like they've had enough bad luck for a century. Hopefully they just
leave it alone for a while.
Just leave it alone for a little bit. But you're talking about Queenstown. I remember a question. Oh, here it is. So DBC3 from Pinkbike asks, I'm in Queenstown for my 23rd birthday. Do you think it's possible to do 23 laps of the bike park, and which trails do you recommend? So I'm assuming they want to do 23 laps all in the same day.
Yeah,
it's possible.
for sure.
Your arms.
Yeah, exactly.
Your arms.
It's like doing 21 shots on your 21st birthday.
Yeah,
you
doing
do
23
it.
beers and 23 laps, then you're talking a challenge. Eddie Masters and Connor McFarlane did a fundraiser there, and they did, I think, 42 laps in a day. But they were like done, like completely done. But there's only one track to ride if you're going to be doing that many laps. It's called Lazy Vertigo, Hakia, Thunder Goat to maybe Colpith, maybe, I don't know.
So back that up and like listen to it a million times. Maybe get close to the microphone because I think.
So we want Lazy Vertigo, Hakia, Thunder Goat, Colpith, and then, I don't know, mix up the bottom a bit.
Yeah, on lap number 20 of 23, you might want to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So that's cool. You heard it from Matt Walker right here. Drink 23 beers and ride 23 laps of that trail you just mentioned. You're going to be feeling it that
Maybe
night.
drink the beers after the
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, somebody wants to know if I can imitate the call of a sandhill crane. And
I don't know what that is.
Tracey and I, we did a little research before we started just to see what a sandhill crane was.
I'll be the judge if you do it properly or not.
I got a little helper here. I think it's a perfect opportunity to use this prop. I don't think this is a sandhill crane, but it's the only taxidermy bird we have here right now.
Hey, biggest come and choose. You got to work with what you got, right?
Yeah, work with what you got. And the sandhill crane sounds a lot like a turkey. So I'd rather you guys look at this bird than me while I'm doing this. So that came from the bird, not from me. Hopefully the microphone picked it up. Or hopefully it didn't, one or the other. Got a very jiggly neck.
I don't want to touch it. I don't want it near me.
This is like the most agreeable taxidermy bird I've ever seen. It never says no. It's just always like, yeah, sure, yeah. Oh, 23 laps in one day. It's like,
Was it a good Samuel crane?
No, it sounded really good. Good job.
this thing has fleas.
I'm so impressed though.
All the fleas are jumping off onto you right now. Okay.
No, I already had those.
If anybody's still watching and you want to type in an idea for a name for this guy, we're doing these Pinkbike lives throughout the entire Crankworx Festival, and by the end, we need a name for this guy. So type it in.
Bob.
3 seconds. So we're rolling through the road
I
section.
wonder how long ago that thing met its maker. Okay, we need another question. What are we doing?
Last couple of ones from Matt.
Okay.
We're gonna have Bernard's here.
Oh, Bernard's here!
It's fine.
Oh, ladies and
He's finding.
gentlemen.
He's feeling good enough to make it.
Exciting. All
Is he
right.
alive?
Let's find one from the Pinkbike Facebook, because we haven't done that yet. We're looking for one from Matt. So that one's from Tracey. Okay, this one works. From Simon Holmes, Pinkbike Facebook. Matt, just before you roll onto the start for a run, what are you thinking about?
I don't know, it's kind of a hard one. I tend to just like blank off and just, I don't know, never really think about too much in depth. I guess you just sort of, there's always a few key sections on the track that you're like, okay, I really have to nail this line, this one, or that. So I guess like I always get in the gate and you're kind of like, just take a breath, trying to like relax or just stay in the zone. So it's hard to put your finger on just one thing you're thinking about, but yeah, for me it'll just be, okay, oh maybe we'll think about this section, or just, I don't know, get into the bottom in one piece is always a good
That's
start.
probably a tight loose situation too, because you don't want to overanalyze one section.
Exactly.
You're thinking about that while you're riding a different section. That's when you mess up the easy stuff.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of like, I prefer to try like almost go blank in the gate and just be like, okay, focus on what's like right in front of you at the time and just like do what you know you can do.
Have you ever had the situation where like you're so in your own head and blocking everything out, you get to the bottom and you don't even really remember something that just
Yeah,
happened?
for sure. I've done it, do that, or like the opposite way when you're just like in the gate and you just like almost get like too calm. You're just like, oh, for the fairies almost, and you're like, oh wait, I'm actually supposed to be racing right now.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Your brain does weird things, doesn't it? When you're under pressure, it
Oh,
does
for
really
sure.
weird things.
Yeah.
Like you could completely get into the finish corral, and somebody's like, "Oh, well, I saw on the screen that section where you completely did this." You're like, "That happened."
That
Yeah,
always
what?
it takes a good half a day to realize what you've done.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, now I
Sometimes you have
remember.
like the
That's
biggest
weird.
moment in your life, and you get to the bottom and you've like completely
You
forgot
just-
about it until someone comes up and they're like, oh, I saw you do this.
It's so
Yeah, you're like,
intense.
huh?
That's
The
gotta be.
adrenaline is so intense.
It's got to be the best part about competition too, though. Is like everything requires so much focus. There's so much on the line that it's almost like time slows down. Like you experience so many
Yeah.
emotions in a tiny little period of time, and it takes your brain a long time to like actually absorb it all.
It's the reason you train and the reason you practice and ride and ride and ride, because you need to get in the start gate, switch off, and your subconscious needs to be well trained enough to just go down as fast as you can.
So to answer the question about like recovery and like all the physical body stuff, that's just only 50% of the puzzle. It's like
If-
all
I
those,
mean, it's like the mental side is more than 50%
Yeah.
for sure.
Mental
You can
is
train as
huge.
hard as you want,
Yeah.
like be riding as good as you want, but if your brain doesn't let you like race properly when it counts, none of the other stuff
Yeah,
matters.
if you
Like,
have doubt or thoughts about something or you're worried about something, you can't race 100%.
it's that gray stuff. That gray stuff with all the electrical synapses.
Yeah.
The biggest piece of the puzzle.
you know, that's why I choose to just go blank. It's too much to think
Yeah,
I'm
stop
sorry
blocking
with
out.
that.
I can't wait to hear about Bernard Kerr's, how his gray matter feels right now.
about. It's been really, really good.
Is he close, Bernard Kerr? Nobody's paying attention to me.
Yeah.
I've got all these people running the show, and they're busy
Busy.
doing other things. Yeah. Excuse me, Brian. No.
Testing.
Emergency call.
That'll be our Brian
Hey,
call.
you need that.
Not our Sandro
That's so
Crane.
good.
Hey!
He's back. He's back.
What's up, Brian? Oh, Bernard, there he is. He was right there when we were talking smack about him. I didn't realize it.
So,
Soon.
How are we gonna do this?
We're just doing rolling sub.
Are we on a break or are we still live?
I think we're still live. This is when it's interesting anyways. This is when we're not
We don't
paying attention
really-
to what we're
we
supposed to be
don't
doing.
even know
That's
what's
why
going
it's
on.
live. It's like Bill O'Reilly.
Thanks heaps,
You know,
Ken.
the uncut stuff.
I don't
Let's
even
do it
know.
live.
I'm out of here.
Am I
Dude, Matt.
Thanks
so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hopefully get a laugh with you at some point.
$3.
This long week.
Yeah.
Yeah, as many Warriors originals as you want. That's the
Oh,
perk of
he's
doing.
what a candy.
That's like that's what
Don't
happens.
follow him with a van. He throws candy. He's creepy.
From all the time in the van, you probably learned
Yeah,
to take food.
that's
when you were
why
in.
he's still a van sack in the heart.
As many of these Warriors as I want. What up, Bernard?
How you doing? You alright?
How are you?
Hi Tracey, how you doing?
And if you want one of these,
Man, I'll take one of those original.
take what you can get. It's the sugar. It stimulates something.
Yeah, I'll take one.
So, how was your night last night?
No, it was good, man. You know, hung out and had a nice
Hung
relaxing. It was
out.
good.
Relaxed.
I'm not. I wouldn't normally be grilling you, but like the people here asking questions, they just want to
They
know
clear it
how your night was last night.
Okay, cool. Nice.
We could ask him about recovery today.
Oh yeah, that's one big topic that people want to know about. These people like want to be racers. They want to learn the importance of how the pros recover. So, do you have any experience with that? What are your
No,
methods?
honestly, this is my first big injury.
Yeah.
So no experience in recovery. I don't train.
This
don't
is seriously
drink,
the one where you
don't
smoked
go
the
out.
tree. That's your first big injury?
Yeah, really. I haven't I've been so lucky. Haven't had much else. So yeah, I don't really know. I feel like I'm ready now, but I'm sure I'm not. So I don't know. Go to the gym loads, train, drink loads of water, drink blue Gatorade. And,
Warriors original. Do we have a shot at that crazy crash that we can show? Not yet. Okay, we're gonna work on it. We're gonna get it.
Okay,
But everybody's
yeah.
probably already seen it.
Yeah.
That is so insane, dude.
Not a fun time, no.
No.
So
Walk me through that.
I just came in. I was on a really good run in the NEH and Crankworx Whistler, and I was really good at that section. And there's like a lip, and the track went round to the left.
Kind of blind.
Kind of blind, and I was like, right, I'm going a bit faster, like, just hit it a bit faster, you're good, but don't jump right, because you go off the track. So I was like, just anticipate a bit more left, on purpose, like, anticipate to go more left. Went a tiny bit too left, my like rear swing arm, my axle clipped the tree and just spat me over. So, no fun, man.
Those
no
blind rises, it's like you give yourself, it's like rally, you know, they have somebody next to them to give them notes and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But you have to give yourself your own notes, but it's blind like, all right, like cheat to the left, but obviously
Too
you want
left,
to think
man.
about that
Wait,
tree.
like,
Yeah.
this much too left,
But
actually.
in a race run, it's hard to judge because you get too excited. As
Yeah, you
well.
like, I was on a good one, you know, a
Left,
bit
like,
faster,
left.
and,
You kind of like, you've been killing it all year. Like, would you say like pre-injury, you were on the form of your life?
yeah, definitely my best ever year. Like, I got my first World Cup podium the week before, so that was pretty cool. I had really good the day before. I think I was a second off Troy the one, and 0.8 off second, and 0.1 off Greg in the downhill. So yeah, I was pretty gutted.
You'll pick up where you left off.
So I think so. I should be hopefully back for Worlds. I'm training a lot. and
Good.
Hopefully I'll be able to race that.
What was the actual injury?
I snapped all the ligaments in my shoulder.
Oh, you did have to get surgery.
Yeah,
Oh,
and they put
man.
new ones in, like fake ones.
Fake ligaments.
Yeah, so
So
it
like
feels really
synthetic
good.
ones, not like
Yeah.
fake ligaments.
No, synthetic, and
Yeah.
it feels good. So
Good, dude.
I don't know. Should be pretty sweet.
And I saw you in the lift line yesterday. So are you like just taking mellow laps on?
Dude, and rolling down easy does it.
Yeah, okay.
Rolling, like I could honestly feel like I could ride A-line, but I think if I crash, I would get super hurt.
Not
so.
worth it. You got your eyes on Worlds.
Basically, eyes on
Get your
Worlds and
mind
hard
off.
lines like 2 weeks after that.
Did you have
so.
your eye on King of Crankworx before running into that dump tree?
Definitely, dude. I felt really good for it. So yeah, definitely had my eye on King of Crankworx.
Oh, this just it. We got the clip of you smoking that
Got the clip.
horrendous
Oh.
tree.
Well, here
Yes.
you go, guys.
So he walks you through it pretty nicely, but here you actually get to take a peek. We just sit here while they watch it. So, hopes of a repeat title in King of Crankworx kind of came to a screeching halt right there.
Yeah.
But tell me about winning in 2015, I believe it was, when you
Yeah.
won King of Crankworx. That's a long war with many battles.
Yeah,
How in the world do you pull that off?
I don't know. I really enjoy Crankworx. I think they put such a good event on. You can hear it out the back. It's so rad. So I don't know. I like just not being a downhill racer. So I guess just trying to have fun with it. But yeah, this week, like Tracey will see, you get tired, man. It's a lot of events, a lot of things to do. And you've got to be like, not just be healthy, not just ride good. You've got to be like mechanically good. Like last year, I was pretty close to non for it, and then I got a flat in the A-line race last year, and that ruined my hopes of winning the overall last year. And if I'd won that race, I would have had enough points to win the overall.
Oh, so many variables
one race,
too,
exactly, you know, and then you have a flat tire and you're out. So.
And just like the logistics of it, like the scheduling, I think people who watch the broadcast, they don't really have the opportunity to even think about how hard it is to even be prepared for all the events.
Practicing for all
You miss half of one practice to do another one, mate. If you're
and
racing all the events, and
quality to do.
you can't make all of downhill practice. You can never get the full downhill practice if you're doing slalom. You have to miss like a day of downhill.
Track.
And then you're trying to compete against people racing downhill that had 3 days of practice and you've had 2. So
because some people are just only racing one event.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that, I mean, the king and queen of Crankworx thing is always so impressive, but when you really break it down, it's tenfold because you're racing against people who may just be
They should call it the Iron King and the Iron Queen.
I guess that's cool if you win, you know, like it's awesome, like it's a big achievement and a big prize.
That's why there's a big prize up for grabs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 25 grand.
You worked for it, dude. It's not like a free 25 grand. You worked for it for sure.
That's so rad. What did you end up doing with your 25 grand? Because I remember you were talking about some kind of outlandish, crazy car.
I was talking about, I bought a brand new motocross bike, which is sick. I'd never had a new one before, so that was awesome. And then a bunch of us went to Rampage at Vegas. They didn't pay for your travel back then to Rampage.
Yeah.
Probably honestly spent like $8,000 of it just going to Rampage.
Yeah.
Like, because that's just how it was back then. But yeah, awesome. Honestly, so worth it. And then went to New Zealand with it and stuff. So just used it like gradually, but so well. I enjoyed every penny of it. Like,
that's good. You might as well. You worked so hard for it. You might as well enjoy it. Then there's people who want to know about this. We talked about it a little bit earlier, and we feel bad bringing it up. But it's pretty cool. You were on some kind of crazy TV show.
Oh, I don't know if that was cool. That was a bit of a stitch up.
So my question.
That's what me and Matt was.
Is how in the world do they get you to sign the waiver for that? Really?
You have no choice. No
really?
nothing.
How's that possible?
I don't really know, but we could sue them and stuff, but it's a big hassle. Mercedes ended up giving me half the money back and apologised.
Cool.
And because it was a dispute, they fixed something that didn't need fixing. They charged me for another key and another ignition barrel that wasn't broken.
Yeah.
So I was in talks with Mercedes and the managers. They were like, okay, we'll work it out. And they'd already offered me, I think, about $1,000 off the bill because they were in the wrong. Yeah. I said, no, I'm sorry, that's not enough. I want more money off the bill.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, we'll come back to you. I'm away racing. I never received mail.
Oh, of course.
So I get home, 2 weeks after I get home at the end of the season, these people turn up.
Oh my God.
I paid the bill, they were nice, and then Mercedes have now given me half the money back and apologised.
That's cool. So it's pretty raunchy actually for that show to just force people onto the show. They don't even know the whole story.
You can email them, exactly. You can email to say you don't want to be on it if it's bad for your career, bad for publicity, and they're supposed to not put you on it. And the TV company never emailed me back. So we can sue them, and there's a lawyer still looking at it, but it's a lot of hassle.
Well, you have it here. You got your chance to tell everybody at Pinkbike.
Yeah, I did not want to be on it. And they shouldn't have put me on it. I wasn't in the wrong, and I got my money back.
But if you haven't seen it, you should.
No.
Oh, have you seen it? Is it on the internet?
Man, the whole World Cup's
I didn't know.
But we
were just
30 hours
the whole team just sat around the computer like, whoa. Just watching
I've talked to everyone about this, dude. You have no idea.
But it is like, now
hundreds of
that you know the truth, it is a really good.
And it was a nightmare. It was in the season, like the van broke down. We had to hire vans to get them to Europe. Like Mercedes didn't fix my van for 6 weeks. It was a hassle, like huge hassle.
You've got a lot on your plate because you fill a lot of the team manager duties for Pin as well.
Yeah, I run the team. Yeah. We have like an assistant manager now, but I do like own the team and run the team as a whole and like sort it all out. So
you put a lot on your plate, man. Like just if you just break it down to one Crankworx event individually, you're doing a ton of events, but just your whole life in general, you're trying to be the top of your game in the sport. You're podiuming World Cups. Yet you're also working a normal job.
Yeah, he's looking after other riders as well on his team.
It's fun, I don't know, I enjoy it. Like Pivot and Chris and Carlos gave me a great opportunity to run it back in. I think we were going into our 6th year next year running the team I am. So I don't know, it was an awesome opportunity I got given, and it's just grown every year. It's super fun, and I guess what I like is I don't have to be on anyone else's schedule. Like if Tracey's team manager, I'm sure he's nice, but said, hey, you've got to be here on this day, you've got to be there on that day. I can kind of make the schedule. Hey guys, should we all go there on this day? Or should we go here on the way to the race? So I really enjoy that aspect. You kind of get your own like schedule, not being like a private team, you kind of like build your schedule around the races, not just be told where to go and when to go. So I really enjoy that.
It's got to be cool for all the other riders on the team too, because they're I don't want to say taking orders, but they're following the plan of somebody who 100% gets it.
Yeah, exactly.
There with them.
Yeah. It's really fun. Yeah, they're doing really well this year. So it's good.
Right. Well, let's see if we got any more questions going on here. Ooh, this is a good one. This didn't specify who we should direct this one to, but you do speed style. It says, everyone, what is your favorite trick to do?
Jeez, I'm terrible at tricks. I want to do a whip, honestly. I can 360 and flip, very sketchy, admittedly.
Yeah.
A whip, maybe a suicide. I don't know, no foot can's pretty cool. I'm pretty basic.
Yeah. But some of those basic tricks are like the most classic. Like your brother, Big Hannah.
Oh yeah.
The sickest suicide no-handers, like in the middle of World Cup runs, all the Crankworx events, like you're like, oh, just a suey, but a suey done right. It's like,
oh, it's a cool
But he
thing.
does
Yeah,
it
just a race
in
run.
gnarly moments. I don't like it.
There's
I
all
don't
jumps
agree
you
with
can't
the
hit, yeah.
suicides. In the rain and stuff, I'm just like, oh.
the amount of arm pump
Don't
you'll have
do
at
it.
the bottom of a race run, and you can't even, I don't know, most people get to the bottom, you're trying to get your hand off.
Like once I Nanny did it in the rain, and I was like, are his hands gonna stay on the bar?
He did it at hardline too, didn't he?
Yeah, he's an idiot.
He's like the raddest idiot though. Sick Big Hannah. So speaking of hardline, you took the win there. Was it last year?
Yeah, last year I won.
Yeah. How does that compare to either a World Cup race or a Crankworx downhill race?
It's super different, honestly. Like at a World Cup, you get a bunch of practice runs in, and every run you're trying to find a better line, trying to go faster, trying to work it out. Whereas at hardline, you all session together, so there's like 10, 15 of you, and you're just hanging out with people that normally at World Cup you wouldn't train with. You're like, right, how's that jump, and like, you like
Sounds
help
like
each
girls
other.
racing World Cups.
Yeah, there you go.
Every
That's
World
that
Cup is
camaraderie.
hardline, like, how are we gonna get down this?
But it's sick, and then I guess the race, like, you haven't done a ton of runs where you've tried to go fast. You know, you're just trying to piece the track together and make a run, and then come racing, like, it's not like a World Cup. You're not hitting every section at 110%. You're hitting like some bits, you're like, okay, I can pin this. But then before like the big jump, you'll hit the step down, come out, like, okay, sweet, check up, okay, you're good. Whereas at a World Cup, you are sprinting like everywhere, even if you're not pedaling, you're in a sprint.
The way you practice that and the way people get along during that event, it sounds really similar to Rampage. Do you think like being involved in a Rampage event kind of helped you with that one? Was Rampage before Hardline?
Yeah, Rampage was before Hardline, and definitely for sure. And I guess Rampage for me was like a bit easier because my line wasn't the gnarliest or whatever, and you could kind of just roll down at your own speed. But at Hardline, you're like, I've got to hit this jump as fast as I can go.
The jump that you just want to hit like cleanly,
you just want to cruise
period.
it, like hit it smooth. Do
You gotta race
yeah,
in.
you got to race in, land that, and then go like the technical sections at Hardline. They're like harder than other World Cups. Like, so you've got the biggest jump, and then like the hardest technical rock, stupid slab, Rudy think the ride down. G and Dan, man, like they build some crazy stuff.
I feel like that's got to be a really prestigious win. I hope that event keeps going too.
I hope so too. It's awesome.
Like,
it's really
it's
good.
different than a World Cup, different than a Crankworx event, different than Rampage, but still, like if it keeps going, just as prestigious. Like that's a win that people are going to be talking about for a long time.
Yeah,
so we have something hilarious. I'm not sure if this is exactly what you're telling me about, but I love this. Harv UK from the YouTube Pinkbike channel. He says this is a bird that we have. We were just hanging out with a little bit ago before Burner showed up. But we asked the public to name this bird, and somebody suggests we should call it Bird Nerd Kerr.
Not bad name.
You guys should bond a little bit because the bird's name is officially Bird Nerd Kerr.
That's the best. They can just swap names.
Okay.
Pretty cool, pretty random.
Tracy, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. It's great
Bye,
talking to you.
Bernard.
Good luck with all the racing this week. You got a lot ahead of you.
Oh, thank you.
You told me to say something else. Oh, that's exciting. Mitch Ropelato is here. I didn't think we were going to get to see him because behind us, Speed Style is right in the middle of round of 32 or something. What are they? Yeah, round of 32. So we're going to be back with Mitch, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. I'm like, oh man, are you kidding me? Well, we're back. It's Pinkbike Live at Crankworx Whistler. We just swapped out Tracey for Mitch Ropelato. Didn't think we were going to get to talk to him because he's in the middle of racing, dual speed and style. And we're in the middle of talking about his bracket that he just finished racing. And I actually didn't get the whole story, so we might as well just talk about it now. It sounds like you just went up against DJ Brandt. What did he tell you in the gate?
Well, so like we line up in the start gate. He looks over. He's like, all right. He's like, oh, I'm like, oh, dude, have a good one. Like standard issue. He's like, oh, sweet. He's like, by the way, just stay a little left off the jump. And I'm like, my threes are not completely dialed right now. I'm a little sketchy.
The jump's not that wide either, by the way.
And they've like pulled it out. It's like a pocket air. Like you can pocket air the thing.
Yeah.
So like every time you pull off the lip, it's kind of like a slightly different angle. So we like go off and he like super whips. I'm just like, Jesus, I'm gonna pull this one. But yeah, no, it was good. We got, I think we got through the round, so we'll go. Nice show.
So wait, that was a round of 32, so obviously only one person made it out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think so.
Okay, you came right up here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's insane.
Well,
thanks, we appreciate that.
Yeah, I was expecting beers here, but
I know we need beers, right? Pinkbike, what's the deal?
we're too PC now.
Look at them, they're actually serious. They're like, oh, we need beer.
The athletes want beer.
That's what's right about Mitch Ropelato is he most likely made it out of that round. He's got like 7 hours of racing left today, and he's like, "Come on, give me a beer."
Yeah, well, it's like you gotta like chill out.
Relax.
It's the headspace we were talking about. You gotta have a nice balance.
Like, isn't that a standard issue on the World Cup?
All the time. World Cup, you do your first round, just get a beer in you. Everyone does it. You just gotta calm nerves the rest of the day, and then you're good.
This is the spot then. This is the spot for that. Once they bring in the beers, we'll be the spot for people to come in after, in between brackets.
This should be just a giant like Yeti cooler, dude. We should have like Yeti sponsor this. Like,
oh, that'd be perfect. Just
maybe a fish. You just pull out like a whole salmon that's already smoked.
It's a nice BC kokanee filleted up.
You guys don't want much, eh?
Just watch Cam just filleting a fish and camera, dude. You turn
get my fillet game down. Exactly.
I mean, you hit the new market.
Sashimi. I mean, you can eat that bird if you want. I'm not sure how much meat's left in it, but
it's pretty small.
His arms are good. He's buckling at the knees a little bit. It's like he's been standing for a while.
He's super agreeable though. Wiggle him. He nods to everything. That's bird nerd Kerr right there.
What do you think of the downhill course? Yeah,
hey, bird nerd Kerr, what do you think about that front flip that Mitch did in New Zealand? He's so psyched. He's gonna fall off his perch. He's so psyched.
No, that's what he thinks.
I always get to talk about you, but without you sitting there, because I'm always commentating dual speed style. But I want to like take the opportunity to talk about that front flip because that blew my mind. Because I saw the last front flip that you tried, which was probably 2008 or something like that at post office, and you didn't land it. Yet fast forward to 2017. Greg Watson's sitting there heckling you, saying, "If you want to win this round, you better front flip," and you did. What was that all about?
Well, that's the funniest part about every front flip I've ever done. You've been there for all of them. You've been there for the ups, the downs, and the face plants, dude.
The highs are high and the lows are low.
Oh, very low. Oh. Like I got all that flat bottom of that in one tranny.
Without rear wheel ever even touching the landing.
Like it was a special moment.
The front tire touched like a millisecond before the rest of your body.
It was all planned. It was all planned. Yeah.
To build suspense.
Yeah, it's like, these races just aren't as exciting if you're not just like base planting every now and then,
Were you clipped in on the one that you landed?
Oh yeah. Look at this.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Perfect.
We're doing it right now.
All right, now we're in business. There we go.
Cheers. Oh man, I'm a fan of Pinkbike Live.
Yeah, Pinkbike's good.
Cheers.
What time is it? It's midday.
Front flips in.
Things keep getting better. We have beer and we have the front flip video. I'm not sure if we're going to see the one you landed or the one you crashed.
Let's cut
the front flip
do the
video.
landing one.
Yeah, we don't have a choice.
She was a little bit more graceful.
Whoa!
But, yeah, no.
That's impressive.
It's good.
I think we're seeing the crash.
Welcome to Crankworx Rotorua. It's time for the Mons Royale Speed and Style.
She saw me like as I walked off. Like she was like
collapsed. Oh, we have to talk about it when we get back.
Well, I didn't collapse. I did collapse, but it's because I couldn't breathe. I was like itching. Well, I was still awake. I still knew what I was doing. It was all.
That's a good impression. That's exactly what it looked like.
Like Tracey and Mick were just sitting like next to the pump track as I was walking in there, like this is how it goes.
You're awake? Yeah, exactly.
You're alive?
Completely fine after that. It was so good. And I think it went up in
bikes.
It's good. Postmark blonde. It's a session blonde, 4.2%.
Perfect.
This is a racing beer right here.
Yeah, it's light.
Well, we just did qualifying on one of these.
Oh, good.
And you know, I won the last EWS stage
Back on, boys.
on a beer.
Yes. They should call them like
Aspen.
Like,
Yeah.
somebody should make like a line of session beers and call it like stage 5 or like round of 16 or something.
Like a stage 1 beer.
Well, dude, so the day started out like we started the EWS and I was like 26th, 25th. I was like, F this, dude, man. Like I feel like I'm riding good, man. I'm getting smoked out here. So I just like roll back. I'm like pretty worn. And I just grab a Corona, crack it. Everyone's like, oh no, he didn't. And then
we start doing better.
And then we start winning.
Bracket beers, stage beers.
Bracket beer.
You should start a beer brand that just has like, the names of every flavor. It's just like stage 5. So we're back, and you guys just saw, I think, by the look on Tracey Hannah's face while she was watching the monitor, I think we saw the front foot crash, right? We saw the front foot crash.
Oh, you did the good
Oh, the
one
front
as well.
foot landed. Oh, good.
Oh, perfect.
So that one was magic. The next one was tragic. Did you have clipless on for the one that you crashed?
No.
Okay,
I
that
was flat pedals for that one. And I spun that one around better, but the jump was like you notice we were like 3 in it flat by the end of the day.
Yeah, you come in way too
like
hot.
Soderstrom last round, I'm pretty sure he just went straight to flat.
You did.
Yeah,
You almost landed on the gate.
I'm pretty sure he yelled metal off the lip, like Sean Burns style. Like Sean Burns.
He meant to, yeah. Bone dead.
Bone dead. Just went for it.
That was pretty metal when you crashed that front flip too, because you got up and you're like shaking it off, and then you completely, I think it's probably because the wind was knocked out of you, you just collapsed right there.
Yeah. Well, I got the helmet off, and then I was like, I couldn't even get the like it was just.
Yeah. No sound.
And and then I was like, all right, I'm passing out. I'm just gonna go to sleep. I'll wake up in a little bit. We'll feel a lot better. and then all of a sudden I just got the little. And then it was like it got better from there. But.
And I think you went back up and finished out your round, didn't you?
No.
You were done for the day right there.
Yeah, no.
Okay, that's smart. That's good.
We did pump track the next day.
Yeah. And I saw you on top of the SRAM truck, like helping out, tearing the whole thing down. I was like, that dude is so legit. Not only is he racing everything, doing well and everything, but he's up there like helping everybody set up, break down. Do you travel with the whole crew? Or
Oh yeah. Like so I've been with SRAM since I was 17, so we're going on like 8 years, or 7 years. So that's just like my second family, my road family, and so they do so much for me. So at the end of the week, I tear down a pit. It's like it's so easy, man.
That's
like,
legit.
You just get out and do. I've been polishing those wheels. Like those wheels look good for like 7 years. I'm just in there, just scrub, make sure, toothbrush, dude. Like every week we just like. It's a whole process. It's pretty cool. Like
for the kids that were watching or were asking Tracey Hannah and Matt Walker about sponsorship and if it's hard to keep your sponsors, this and that, that's one way to do it right there. Clean the wheels of the truck.
Dude, you got to help out the people that help you out. So
they're all working toward a common goal. That's basically what we came up with. Yeah.
So we're definitely like a circus. We travel around every week, and man, it's like Bernard knows it. He's been
traveling circus, man. It is weird.
Every week you like see your friends. It's like, oh hey, how you doing? Like hadn't seen him for a couple weeks, but it's cool. It's one big traveling family.
Yeah. And it was funny talking to Matt Walker too, because he's comparing like his scene right now where he's on a team back to the Van Zach days, you know?
Oh yeah.
We're like, that's full on traveling circus. We're talking about traveling family, that's traveling circus.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I mean, dude, like the solo program, it's hard, man, at this level. Because like your bike's gotta be dialed. Like I don't think you need a mechanic every time, but it's like you need help, man.
Everything running good is better. Yeah.
It's better to focus on the run and than focusing if your bike's gonna hold together.
Yeah, exactly. You need to be able to focus on the
Yeah,
ride.
exactly. But
so one of the main topics we've been hitting here is King and Queen of Crankworx, since it's the first day of the Whistler event and it's the last event of the series and everything.
Mitch has got it.
So Mitch, where are you sitting in the ranks right now?
Right now we're sitting third, so.
It's a good spot to be in. How many events are you going to be doing in Whistler?
We got all of them. We're doing pump track, dual som, dual speed and style, A-line, Garbo, and a Canadian Open. So.
That is an insane amount of events. So there's a lot of points up for grabs, and you're sitting in third. So if everything goes well, or just a few things go well, that could completely jet you up.
Yeah.
Which ones do you feel the most strong in?
Honestly, Garbo. Like last year, I was on a heater and we had a crash, knocked the wind down myself, had to pedal down, and then we still like we're top 20 or something. So I think if I can improve there, improve maybe a little bit on the A-line, and then just do what I do and dual som and pump track and all that. I'm gonna diesel it, man. I'm gonna dungeon it. That's my goal.
Just dungeon it, right? Smooth all week, get some podiums.
Picking up titles.
Don't try to be crazy. Exactly, man. I mean, that's all I want for you. Please do that.
So everyone's
don't try to be
like,
a hero.
Dungy out there just looking good. He's consistent. He's consistent.
Don't be a hero, yeah.
It's the perfect thing for you, though, because you're this kid who can do anything. When I met you, you were just getting on a mountain bike, but I knew you from Fuel firsthand. Both Fuel TV Network, like Action Sports.
It was the girl.
New Pollution.
Yeah, New Pollution.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
they would do each episode on a young kid who's coming up the ranks in some sports. So they did one on Mitch Ropelato for BMX. He was just ripper, like riding all the dirt jumps around Salt Lake City, and like all the different types of BMX too. You know, little park, little dirt, and then all of a sudden he's on a mountain bike, and for a while there, you're like dirt jump kid, then you're like slalom and downhill kid, and then you're like ripping enduros. So it always seems like you can do everything, so it maybe it's hard to pick one, but something like King of Crankworx is right up your alley.
I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. Just like, I'm a half-athlete. I do like everything's like athlete. Everyone calls me a lifestyle athlete now. That's like I guess that's
a good thing,
now.
man. That's fun.
Like
Good
I'm not
lifestyle athlete.
Yeah, lifestyle athlete. But
Who can also win a ton of events. So
yeah. This week.
This is probably a question that you hate to get because people probably ask you this a lot. What's your favorite one, and which one do you look forward to the most? For pure enjoyment.
It's all about the track.
Yeah.
Like if the track's not fun, it's just like why am I even here?
Yeah.
And no. So all the tracks look good this week. Like dual speed and style is sick.
Yeah.
I'm a little sketchy on the threes.
I think this one probably favors you a lot because it's a racer's course. Like, after riding with you guys yesterday, you know the gates are tagged and the jumps are dirt to dirt. So if you've only been practicing on like a perfect wood kicker, you got to be able to like adapt to these ones. So you've been spinning the 2 jumps already.
I've not spun since Leger. So so that was like last time I spun. So the other day, like me and Kyle are sitting there. I'm like, oh dude, I gotta spin this week. I'm like, over a little bit. And so
you're on 27.5 too.
No, I'm on 26. I'm on my hardtail.
You're in hardtail this week.
Yeah. The lips were a little bit too steep for the 50-10. It didn't like quite fit in the transition, so it must
be dragging wheel on that thing, right?
Yeah, I wasn't. There's no way I'd be able to spin it. I don't think. On how tight and small the jumps were there.
Yeah, it's steep.
Real tight.
Are you missing being out there for the speed style watching
it sucks not to be out there. I was watching, like you say, when Mitch was still practicing up here. It looks rad. It's such a loose. It is a good course, I think. Races course. So I think hopefully Mitch will kill it. But yeah,
I don't know, dude. Freaking Kyle's out there looking good right now. Oh yeah. Dude, Bubba literally learned to flip like before Leger. Like Leger.
Is he doing flips here?
Yeah, dude. He flipped Innsbruck. He flipped Innsbruck. That was like his first backflip, like after like first backflip to dirt, I think.
Talking Bubba Warren, so you're gonna watch speed style later today. Like he learned flips just so he could, use them in speed style. And I saw his first one. He did like half a flip. And somehow landed on his front wheel and pulled it off.
I mean, the kid is a skilled rider. Like in the corners, on the straights, with tricks now. Like he's next on the line, man.
He reminds me of you too because he's somebody who's good at everything. Like I know the year before he got like his YT deal, Tara Geiger was telling me that like people were talking about giving him a moto racing deal and stuff. Like he's fully on the level there too, and so just whatever he chooses to really apply himself in.
Yeah, no, the kid's talented. I mean, Cody Warren, his brother.
Oh my God.
He's like
Cody,
best dual songwriter out there, dude. Like kid was legit and downhill. Like it's just runs in the man.
And he's crazy too. Like some people don't know about Cody Warren. It's like I've known Cody for a long time because we were in the same junior expert year, same racing year, and then we linked up later on because he was on the first ever Night Circus Live tour.
Really?
Yeah, he was like there to be a mechanic, but also he would hop on all the contraptions and like flip the 16-inch bike and everything.
What?
Like, dude, Cody can flip all kinds of stuff. He's tried to flip like his side hack and everything. So
what?
Yeah, oh yeah. That's where Bubba gets it from. Bubba's crazy. Cody's crazy. Yeah.
You're blowing my mind right now. This is insane.
Well, hopefully we continue to blow minds in one way or another the entire week of Crankworx. Looks like I'm getting the cue. Our time is up here for the first installment of Pinkbike Live at beautiful Whistler. The smoke is clearing.
It's getting better, yeah. We're not coughing the whole time.
It's a little bit less. Yeah, you feel it when you're pedaling up a hill with all that smoke, but it seems like it's clearing up.
Are you doing the enduro?
Am I racing the enduro?
Yeah, I mean,
No.
that enduro bike
Oh.
looked good yesterday.
My enduro bike. Oh,
Yeah.
you like my yellow one?
Yeah.
Dude, that thing's 26-inch, short rear end, little spacer, so it doesn't have the knockbox, so it can do bars and whips.
Oh, perfect.
That's my like dream bike. Oh my god. I want to let you ride it, see if you like it. But all in all, this has been fun having you guys on the couch. Thank you,
dude.
Bernard
Thanks for
Kerr.
having
Thank
us.
you, Mitch Ropelato. Good luck for an entire week of a ton of events for you, a ton of hanging. Hopefully,
Yeah, cheering this guy on.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can pull it
Gym
off.
sessions, like if you watch the gym sessions, they're gonna be insane, dude.
Dude, 5 times.
you're going to be mapping your times on Trail Forks for your Easy Does It laps.
Yeah,
rehabbing the
exactly.
shoulder. So we've got a party tonight at the GLC after Speed and Style. It says here that you're not supposed to wear a plaid Whistler tuxedo. Or you are supposed to wear one. Good.
You need to wear a plaid
They
party.
also call
Plaid
them a
party.
Squamish dinner jacket. That's what Kyle Ritchie, Herc, used to always call them.
The best, the
Mitch
best.
will be there because he's going to win.
Yeah. We'll be celebrating big.
Whoa, man.
Your round of 16 beer right here. So it's called the No Speed All Style Party, and we're gonna have DJ Corey K. You better wear a Squamish dinner jacket, a Whistler tuxedo. Obviously that means a plaid shirt.
Well, they kept calling it like Canadian tuxedo. I was like, oh, so we're gonna do all Levi, and they were
Yeah.
like, no, you need plaid. And I was like, well, that's not a Canadian tuxedo.
Do you remember Kyle Ritchie, Herc? He, man, it was a long time ago, but he used to always call it a Squamish dinner jacket. Like, even at home, I always like when I grab a flannel, I'm always like, oh, Squamish dinner jacket. But Mitch is gonna be there celebrating his big win, hopefully for you, Mitch. And
Or
Bernard,
third place,
it's a
or
party,
fourth.
so I'm assuming you'll be there. And subscribe to the YouTube Pinkbike channel, Pinkbike YouTube channel. We're gonna be doing a bunch more of these throughout the entire week. So tune in for the rest of the week. Thank you for tuning in today. Good luck to Mitch Ropelato. It's been great having Bernard Kerr. Pinkbike Live.
Thanks,
We're out.
guys.
Thank
Hope
you,
you enjoyed
everybody.
it.
That's where.